Chaos happened.
Welcome everyone to the Sign Draft Podcast, and welcome to our Atlanta race review for the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series. Let me take a breath real quick. So, you may have noticed that there's an American flag right behind us.
Right here.
Which, when Brad Keselowski wins, he does the awesome celebration with the American flag. So we decided to honor that as well. So every time Brad Keselowski wins, you'll see
the flag.
The flag will be right behind us. Right now, not all of the states are showing, but you get the point. So,
but how cool is, break out the flag, the Folds of Honor, Quick Trip 500, just honoring the veterans, and who better else to win it besides Brad?
yeah, it's really fitting. And it had all the veterans' name on the car. That was really cool.
That's awesome. I seen a couple on Twitter that showing where the name's at, and that's pretty awesome just to get your name put on it.
So as you all know, this was the first race where we saw the package, this new aero package, sort of, because they had to use the brake ducts instead of aero ducts. So drafting wasn't really much of a factor, because if they would have went with aero ducts, a lot of tires would be blown up. So props to NASCAR for making that decision, though.
Yeah.
But we are here to review the race, starting off the weekend. Eric Almirola would win the pole. Clint Boyer would be third. Stenhouse outside pole. A lot of Fords up there. It looked really strong early on.
Yeah, I really thought Clint Boyer, he topped the charts to the practice, and he won the first two stages in the qualifying, and I thought he'd get it at the end, but somehow Almirola, he pulled it off.
Yeah, they had that little drag race down pit road with Dylan, and I don't think it really helped them too much.
Not too much.
Kyle Busch the next day would have some issues during practice. He would wreck the car and need a Snickers, basically.
Yeah, his creamy Snickers car kind of creamed the wall a little bit.
Just a tad bit. He's not himself when he's hungry, so. Anyways, we'd go to Sunday after the Trucks and Xfinity. They would put on, not much of a show, and, just pure domination. We would see, sort of domination from some drivers here today, but not like they did in the other two series.
Yeah, there's a lot of passing. I believe once you got the lead, you pretty much keep the lead, and somebody chase you down. And sometimes the passing would be kind of tough for the lead, but eventually the next person would, and they'll take off.
So on the initial snart. All right, so on the initial start, not the snart, Almirola versus Stenhouse, and Stenhouse was just power to the lead for lap one.
Yeah, I thought Stenhouse, he would just take off, but
Almirola was just power back, and he would just decimate the field for a few laps there. Had like a 2-second lead, which we all thought wasn't possible with this package.
Yeah. So he went and proved that he deserved the pole, and he just took off and dominated the lead for first.
Then Kyle Larson would just make his way up to second through all that. And then lap 35 would be competition caution because of the rain that happened overnight. They just wanted to check the tires, make sure everything's okay. And we're not going to have like a 30-car pile up because of the tires. Mm-hmm. And then pit stops would happen. Kyle Larson would lead off pit road. Harvick and Kyle Busch would gain a ton of spots. Harvick, who qualified like 18th, 19th, would make his way back up, and Kyle Busch, who wrecked in practice, have to go to the backup car. He would be up there once again.
Yeah, both of them come through the field very well, because I believe Harvick, he passed like 10 cars
in one lap.
In like a couple laps. So
yeah. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. And Martin Truex would lose a ton of spots, and that was just because there was this weird gaggle of cars on pit road that just didn't know how to go into the pit box well.
Yeah, I know Joey, he had a hard time getting in his pit box because he had Truex in front of him, so he had kind of getting there kind of weird. Then he had Bowman in front of him, and he couldn't get it out of his pit box, and he kept losing spots on pit road.
So in the restart would be Larson versus Almirola. We didn't know how the outside lane would really get going, and this time it didn't. Almirola would spin the tires. Kyle Larson would just cruise to stage 1 win.
Yeah, he's right along with his Happy Meal.
Yeah, he's going through the drive-through. So stage 2, Harvick would lead off pit road. We saw last year his pit crew would lose him a ton of spots, but so far, it looks like him and Kyle Busch have the best pit crews out in the field.
Yeah, they've improved a lot.
Logano would again get blocked by Alex Bowman. Logano would then say that he would.
I'd knock him off Jack, you know.
Which, thankfully for Bowman, I don't think that happened. I don't recall that ever happening. So,
yeah, there's a little frustration going on pit road.
I mean, have you ever parked in Walmart parking lot before? So, yeah, those things happen. So, Eric Almirola, though, showing his dominance early on, he would have a penalty for too fast entering. And, it's just really tough to get your way back through the field. I believe Almirola, his car was set to be really fast instead of handling, and now he's getting to the back, so it didn't really work out for him.
Yeah, it took a while to get back up to the top 10.
Yeah, he never would lead again. It'd be Harvick versus Larson on the restart to start the stage. But then we saw Kurt Busch, Larson's teammate. He'd make it 3 wide on the restart, almost just wrecked everybody one turn.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. You saw 3 and 4 wide sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like, man, and it didn't wreck. It's like, wow.
Yes, we went a long time before we even saw a caution that was like actually a caution. So, it was really crazy to see like all these intense battles on the restart and nothing would happen with caution. So, it's crazy. Larson would hunt down Harvick for the lead, and Harvick would, he would catch back up to him, but then Larson would duck down pit road right before Harvick could get to him, and we saw, that was really important. I think out of the pits, it was like a 2-second lead Larson had after that.
Yeah, because you go from Harvick, he went like a tenth behind him, and then after the pit sequence, he was like 2.5 seconds.
Yeah, so
it's a big deal.
That shows you how important tires are at Atlanta. And then Kyle Busch would miss pit road, and he would have to come back around. Kyle Busch is just going to have to drive through the field just like he did in the Truck Series last night.
He just wasn't having a very good day.
Again, I'm going to say this joke again. Needs a Snickers. Keselowski's Jack would break on pit road. He would lose some spots. Just, Keselowski already had the flu, and now he's dealing with all these pit road.
Battling Jack. So.
And Jimmy Johnson would go a lap down, and that's another thing. We did not see Hendrick really show any sort of speed. We saw that in Daytona 500 that they were up there almost all race, and now they go to Atlanta and they're struggling again.
Right. Where are they at? So, I mean, that's all right in the back. I just really didn't see nothing out of them today.
Maybe that'll change at Vegas. We'll have to see. If they go to Vegas and they struggle again, that's going to be really concerning for Chevy. Or Chip Ganassi did well, but Hendrick is still struggling.
And Daniel Hemrick, he showed some strength today, too.
And Harvick would battle Larson for the lead. Larson would pass him right back on the high line, which is something we really don't see at 1.5 miles sometimes.
Especially Atlanta, they say preferred lines down low, but Larson, he was making that high line run.
Yeah, he was. And we saw, I don't know if there's really any contact there, but Harvick got in the back into Larson, or almost did.
Yeah.
Larson got a little upset about that, but I mean, it's just racing.
Yeah, because Harvick, he just catches. I believe he's caught up to him so much in the turn, and you can tell he let out.
Yeah.
Because it really hurt the speed off of for Harvick.
And then Harvick would pass Larson with 8 to go, and Harvick, who won like 19 stages last year, is kind of reminds me of Truex in 2017, win his first stage of the season.
Yeah.
So it's a really good day for Larson and Harvick so far, but stage 3 kind of changes that just a little bit.
Yeah, it kind of scared everybody because Harvick says, "Oh, I figured it out now."
Yeah, that's really like, oh, the season's done.
Oh, no.
Let's go home. But pit road, Harvick would lead off pit road. Blaney would let Larson have second place because you just can't really get a good run unless you're Larson on the high line there.
I don't know. Blaney might have done good on the high line if he just.
He might have. Well, that's something we'll never know. And Truex would continue to be mad at Logano from last year. He said the exact same thing Logano said about Bowman, so everyone's just wanting to.
Yeah, because Logano tried to short pit, in his pit stall, just he get a better run out. And doing so, he kind of blocked Martin Truex.
It's just a domino effect way down pit road. So,
Bowman, you're causing a lot of issues.
I think that was the last time we heard about that.
Yeah.
I think Bowman went a lap down, so everyone could just pit happily and
we can all get along.
Everyone's okay. So on the restart, it'd be Harvick versus Larson. Larson would get the lead because it looked like the high line was just hooked up, while the bottom, we saw Blaney get a little loose. So
and Truex gave Larson a good push off the top, and that really set Larson going.
Yeah, restarts this year is going to be really key. Whatever line really can get hooked up, and it's going to be really key at Las Vegas even further because that's going to be a drafting package. So Larson would continue to lead as lap traffic would hold him up. We saw that Larson couldn't really get through lap traffic as well as Truex or Harvick or Blaney. It looked like his car just got really tight through the lap traffic.
Yeah, because Larson, he always wants to go to high line, and to pass him, if he ain't got the preferred line, it just kind of holds him up a little bit. And it look like Harvick and Truex, they can just go to higher or a low line.
Hamlin would duck down pit road first, and there would be a battle between Larson and Truex. And as that was going on, Kyle Busch would blow a tire, and that would set the caution.
Yeah, it seemed like when they started these pit sequence and stuff started happening.
Yeah, so maybe that'll continue next week. We'll find out. But after that, Larson, something you don't want to do late in the race, especially with this new package, speeding on pit road.
Yeah, he tried to beat Harvick out, and he beat him all right, but the pit road police got him.
Yeah, the pace car went back out there and threw his sirens on, and yeah. So
you're going back to field jail now.
Yeah. We have the infield care center. Now we're going to have the infield jail. So the restart would be Harvick versus Blaney. Harvick would take the lead momentarily, and then Blaney would take the lead.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome by Blaney.
Yeah. Harvick would just have some issues with his splitter after that. But Blaney, we talked about how Truex and Harvick were hooking the bottom, but Blaney was just blazing fast out there.
Yeah, because, during the practice and qualifying, I was like, where's Team Penske? Where's their speed and stuff? And I believe they just worked on handling, and he had it handled real well because he just took off.
Yeah, and Keselowski would be in third, reeling them in really fast. I think like a second or two off of the leaders, and he started off like 4 seconds back. So, really good effort by Keselowski.
So if you want to run well at a race, get an IV before the race. So.
Clint Boyer would be first to pit road. Harvick and Keselowski would pit next. And then as the leaders, Blaney and Truex would go down pit road. This weird phenomenon happened.
Chaos happened.
BJ McLeod and Ryan Preece would make contact on pit road. That would send, I believe McLeod ended up hitting another pit crew member. He
kind of pinned him up against the wall. They said he's all right, and he just tried to want to walk it off, but they had to send him to the infield care center. And that's the hurt. I believe he's doing okay.
And we had this weird thing happen. All the reporters on Twitter was talking about it. Penalty for Martin Truex for too many men over the wall, but they decided that it was okay, so they didn't. But everyone was like, "No, he had a penalty." So I was confused. I was really confused.
Like I said, chaos happened on pit road.
And also there's this battle between if Keselowski should have got the free pass or not, or if it would have been Chase Elliott or Truex. I don't know. I really don't know about all that. It's just a lot of confusion that happened.
Yeah.
Anytime a caution happens during a pit road sequence, it's so confusing. No one knows what's going on. And
yeah, sometimes it takes NASCAR a while to get everything sorted out, and sometimes things just don't get sorted out.
So I'm not sure if it should have been a penalty or not. I didn't really see Truex's pit stop there, so I don't know. I can't really give my opinion on that. So.
Nobody really knows.
So
it was kind of weird with McLeod coming in. I don't know if he just forgot where his pit stall was, and it looked like he just stopped. And Ryan Priest was coming out of his pit stall, and he was trying to check his tachometer, and all of a sudden he just runs in the back end of him, and just, man, it's real unfortunate. Right in front of Blaney and Truex, so it's just kind of weird.
So after all that confusion, I mean, there's still confusion, don't get me wrong, but after all of it kind of goes away, we thought.
Yeah, then the recent, I mean, like when they line back up, you know, the ones that get the free pass, and then you got the lead cars, then you got lap cars, and you got lead cars again. So it's got the wave around, and so it's a mess.
Yeah, just a tough day for everyone that's not in Logano right now.
It's just one of the things that happens during green flag pit stops when there's a caution. So it just kind of messes things up.
At least it wasn't a short track this time.
Yeah.
That's when it's really tough. So Logano would get the lead from all that. Keselowski would be in second after the restart. Keselowski would just reel in Logano and just easily pass him. Oh, well, I wouldn't say easily. You did have to give him a little bump or two there.
Yeah, because really the only two, I mean, you had Logano and Kurt Busch, and then you had all the couple lap cars, and Brad, he just went on around the high side. So he said, "I'm coming."
So Logano would have to go down pit road due to a loose wheel. Hemrick, who was having an awesome day so far, he would have an issue with his tire. I believe he got in the wall or something, and
yeah, I couldn't really tell. I mean, he was running fifth. I mean,
yeah,
he's a rookie. I mean, a new package. It's pretty awesome. I believe he's leading the banner for RCR at the time.
Ryan Blaney would have to go to pit road for some tire issues, and if you're Keselowski's team, you're just like, oh no, not this, you know.
Yeah.
Then after that, Martin Truex would try to reel in Brad, just not enough time. I believe he had like another lap or two. It may have been a lot closer, but man, it was awesome to see that battle, because normally in Atlanta you have like this dominating lead and no one's even close. So it was really cool to see that type of race go out.
Yeah, I ain't sure if Brad was trying to be easy on the tires, feel the vibration because all the tire issues going on, and try to take it easy on his tires, and then Truex start to catch up to him.
Yeah, so congratulations to Brad and Team Penske.
Yeah.
And you gotta give him props, because
it's pretty awesome.
I mean, you know, we've all had the flu before. Have you ever felt like winning a race when you have the flu?
Yeah, I just call in sick. Get somebody else. But yeah, I'm glad that Brad got back in the car and feeling very well, and just to help him feel good.
So whoever sent in a sick person in his garage, it didn't work.
Oh, and a special shout out to Austin Cindric for helping set up the car on Saturday, because Brad couldn't, get a lot of practice in because we weren't feeling well.
Yeah, so Cindric kind of almost won the race for him.
Yeah, I mean, give him a pat on the back, for going out there and practicing the car and telling what the team needs. And I mean, it was fast all during the race.
Yeah, so battled his way from like 26th, 27th starting position, ends up getting the win. So really awesome to see. So it's gonna be interesting to see Las Vegas and how that race will play out.
We'll see the full package in and see how. I mean, there's been a lot of negativity about the new package, but I just want to wait and see how it's going to be before we make a comment about that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to miss the old package just a little bit. I'm going to miss the old ways, the horsepower and all that. But also, I'm a NASCAR fan. I got to love whatever they do.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to enjoy the races.
Yeah, I'm sure NASCAR done all the homework and trying to get the cars to be, more competitive, and they want to see more lead changes, I guess.
Yeah, but so far I'm a fan of it. But maybe next week it'll change. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But so far it's been awesome. It was a great race to watch.
That's about one of the sightings. I've been watching one of the races. A lot of times you see the truck racing, you're real excited to watch it, and then it comes to the Cup Series, and you're like, oh, this one guy's leading. But it's good to see multiple people leading the race today. A lot of passes, and I just enjoyed it.
Yes, can't wait to enjoy the Las Vegas race. It's going to be just a little different from Atlanta, just with the aero package, the aero ducts. So interested to see that. But I'm not going to pay attention to practice as much as I did Atlanta.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, the practice is kind of misleading sometimes. And somebody might get a real fast lap and say, "Oh, they're going to be good," but never can tell.
okay, it is time for our sponsor spotlight. And who are we shouting out this week?
Well, this week we're going to shout out to Freight Auctions. They sponsored Michael McDowell this time in the Cup Series. I know we spoke about them last year when they sponsored Brett Moffitt when he didn't have a sponsor, and he actually won the race after that. But we just want to shout out to them for continuing to be in the sport. I believe they do some auctioning and stuff. Go check them out. Just thank y'all for y'all continue to be in the sport.
So yeah, really awesome to have him in the sport. And that paint scheme, Michael McDowell's,
It
looked awesome.
That awesome.
Unfortunately for him, I believe he had a broken tie rod or something happened to his car during the race. So, but it was an awesome paint scheme.
Yeah, I was like, man, that's a cool looking car.
Hopefully they'll be on maybe some of the other front row motorsports drivers.
Yeah, maybe to continue on with Michael McDowell.
Yeah, maybe they'll be on David Reagan's or Matt Tiff sometime too.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe any other driver on the field. It's just great to have you in the sport. So thank you for being in it.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I don't believe anyone found Dale Jr. The phone did. So I don't believe anyone found the Dale Jr. in the thumbnail last time. So if you couldn't find him, if it was too tough for you, here he is, right there. So,
hey everybody, it's Dale Jr.
There's still time if you haven't found him in this one yet. Just go down in the comments below where you found him. Tell us exactly where he is, and you'll be entered to win a shout out in the Truck Series race review next week.
Yeah, it's a fun little game we like to play. Just something for y'all to do, and just find out where he's at.
Yeah, so we used to do that in Incredicast with Kyle Petty, and he found it really weird, I think, but
yeah,
maybe Dale Jr. won't. So, but yeah, it's been an awesome race review, awesome race. So if you are subscribed to us, upcoming videos this week, we have Why Fans Love Jordan Anderson coming up Wednesday. It's gonna be really awesome. So if you are a Jordan Anderson fan and you have a comment, there's still time to leave your comment on why you're a fan. And then we'll be back with our fast picks for Vegas. It's still gonna be up in the air for us. It's still gonna be really tough to pick a winner.
and we'll tell you how we fared this week with our picks.
Yeah, which we didn't do too bad.
Yeah, I actually finished races.
Yeah. All of mine were top fives, but I'll let you know more about that on Friday. And then, of course, we'll have our race reviews in and up the week. But if you're not subscribed to us, be sure to hit subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell so you'll get our notifications. And no, not Christopher Bell. We'll see you next time.